Hey Taurus, welcome to your tarot reading. This tarot reading will cover a period of time from September 17th to October 16th, 2020. The way this video is going to go is first I'm going to draw a card for your sign and then we will go over the meanings of the card. If you want to check out the tarot deck that we're using for these readings, then check out the Green Witch Tarot, which I have linked in the description to this video below, and it's listed on Amazon. If you would like to go a little in depth with this message or to look at some other areas of your life, check out the private reading options that I offer that you can also find listed in the description to this video. Taurus, your card is nature. This is a pretty complex card. It talks about short-term goals requiring long-term sacrifices. Something that you want right now requires you to give up something that you've been working hard towards for a long time. This is truly a personal challenge and kind of a conflict of interest. This card is a warning. You don't want to give up something too quickly, especially something that took a lot of commitment, a lot of dedication, and a lot of hard work. Now, this short-term goal might be tempting. It might be something that you really want, but think about it. Is there perhaps a different way to achieve it? Is there another way to reach your goal without sacrificing the work that you've completed for such a long time, with so much dedication, with so much self-sacrifice, with so much commitment? Think about it. Are you really ready to give that up? And if you're not, then really think about it. Is there another way to go about reaching the goals that you have in mind? That short-term solution, it might be tempting, but it might be asking for a sacrifice that you're not truly willing to give. It might just be playing in your on your needs, on your need for gratification. It might be tricking you in some way. Where is it coming from? Who is influencing you? Who is pushing you to make that decision? Analyze your sources and analyze the intention of these people. Do they really have your best interests in mind? This card is a warning that sometimes what originally seems like a blessing isn't really a blessing. In fact, it's a trap. So be careful not to get caught in a trap. Here you have a choice whether to set yourself free from the expectation, from the nagging need to make a sacrifice, to sacrifice something you're not willing to let go for some validation, for some instant gratification, or perhaps to please someone. It's your choice whether to set yourself free or to fall into a trap. And if you're falling into a trap consciously, just think again of the consequences you're signing up for. And if you don't want to think about them, it's an ever more compelling reason to consider them nonetheless. Because these consequences, they will follow this decision inevitably. So even if you don't want to think about them now, you will have to face them after the decision has been made. And the decision will not be reversible. You won't be able to go back and change it. So really, really think about it before you make that step. Here we have some situations like a job that pays well but isn't satisfying, a position where you feel validated by others perhaps, but where you have to kind of give up a part of your authentic self in order to please others or in order to fit in. Here we also might be dealing with an unrewarding personal relationship that is approved by others, that is approved by society, and yet it really isn't the relationship for you. You don't really feel seen, you don't really feel validated, you don't really feel seen, you don't really feel like you can be yourself, you don't really feel like you can express who you really are. This card serves as a reminder that self-imposed limitations can be also self-released. Whatever you bind yourself to, you can set yourself free. But sometimes you might not be willing to do it because it seems like the reward is so close. It seems like the goal is in sight. It seems like just a little more and people will finally like you. Just a little more and you will finally get that sense of approval. Just a little more and you will finally meet that goal. But whose goal is it? Is it your goal, or is it something that someone else kind of convinced you that you should want, that you should like? Is it something that reflects who you authentically are, or is it something that you've picked up from an unrelated person that is pushing you towards something that they might want, but that might not necessarily be the right thing for you? This is really a choice between freedom or allowing yourself to be pushed or bound into a role that you won't enjoy. And you already know the truth of the situation. You already know that this short-term solution that you're aiming for will not give you any long-term satisfaction, will not truly reflect your authentic self long-term. So knowing it, will you choose to commit yourself to something that is not who you truly are? Or will you choose to be brave, to be courageous, and to set yourself free? Now, remember, Taurus, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is recognizing the fear, looking the fear in the eye, and choosing to take the right action anyway, even when you are afraid, especially when you are afraid. That is what courage is. Now, remember, Taurus, there are things that you cannot control. This card essentially stems from the desire to control the material world too much, to control the reaction of others, to control how you are perceived. You cannot control these things, but what you can control is how you show up in the world. I encourage you to be courageous and to choose you, to choose to stay in integrity to who you authentically are, to honor your true self no matter what, and to choose the freedom to be yourself and stay yourself, even if it doesn't quite please others. You can't control what others think, but you can control who you are and the choices you make. So this choice is really your responsibility, and you cannot ignore the implications of it. You have to look the truth in the eye, and you have to choose consciously. You have to choose with awareness of the consequences that will follow, and you have to own that decision. So make sure you make the decision that you can own with integrity, that you can own with pride, that you can own no matter the circumstances, long or short term, because you will choose from your heart and not from the position of trying to manipulate the external circumstances. Taurus, this card warns against trying to control the material world too much. So the solution is to allow more natural flow. Allow and simply observe. Assume the position of attracting the results that you seek, attracting the people that will honor who you truly are, attracting the relationships that resonate with your authentic self. What that means is that you surrender the control, you let go of the expectations, you detach yourself from the results and the outcomes and people's opinions and others' actions. And you simply focus on embracing and embodying who you are as authentically as you possibly can. Another warning here, Taurus, is that you might simply be afraid of change. And so instead of making any decision, you are in this indecision place where you're afraid of making any steps or making any choices because you simply want things to stay the same. But unfortunately, that is not the truth of life. The truth of life and the only constant in life is that change is everything, and change happens every moment. So embrace the change. There is nothing to fear. Allow and observe and let go of trying to control things. Because of this clinging to your circumstances and this fear of change, you might be inflicting a great deal of unhappiness onto yourself. You might be stuck in this place where you're not sure of what's next, you're not sure of what's coming, you're not sure what to do. If you're in that place, I encourage you to let go, simply let go and allow the change to take place. Allow the change to lead you and trust that you will make the right decision as long as you stick to your true identity, to your authentic self, and as long as you honor who you are deep inside, no matter what, no matter the reaction, no matter the outcomes, no matter the results. Stay true to yourself, Taurus. Stay true to your ideals. Do not betray them for some short-term outcome. Do not betray who you are in order to please people. You will attract the people that are truly for you by being yourself, and by trying to please others that do not honor who you are, you will only make yourself miserable. Dear Taurus, I hope this reading resonates. I hope it serves you, and I hope you will be able to gain wisdom from it. If you would like to go a little deeper with this message or to look at some other areas of your life, I encourage you to check out the private reading options that I offer that are listed in the description to this video below. If you're curious about the tarot deck that we use and you want to try it out for yourself, check it out on Amazon. I've also linked that in the description to this video below. If you like this type of content and you would like to see more tarot readings, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post a lot of content like the readings, as well as intuitive and empath related videos talking about psychic abilities and how to develop them, divination tools, and much more. I hope to see you in my next video, and if you have any questions, make sure to drop a comment. I respond to all of the comments I receive, and I look forward to chatting with you. On this note, take care, have a wonderful rest of the month, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!